Greetings, YouTube. I'm testing out a new series called Chop of the Day. In this series, I hope to post some short 5 to 10 minute videos that kind of break down a lick or a chord progression that I found interesting and discuss some of the options to enhance it / vary it. Here's Chop of the Day number 1. This particular chop comes by way of my friend Kevin Conley and his pretty simple music videos. If you haven't checked out his channel, do it right away. He's got some great stuff on there and he's just an awesome teacher and musician. All right, let's check out Chop of the Day number 1. It looks kind of complicated, but then when we actually hear it, you'll see that it's not, there's a lot of little stuff going on in the middle, but it's not that complicated. If we look at it from a harmonic standpoint, it's really just a 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. So the 4 chord, we're in the key of A. 4 chord is D. Then we go to a 3 chord, to a 6 chord, to a 2 chord of some kind. In this particular case, he does we do just a sus to some kind of like an altered 3, or I'm sorry, a sus to an altered dominant. Then to our E chord, which is sus again, then to resolution, and then we're back to A. Okay, so let me punch in these chord symbols really quick. So this is going to be B. This is a B 13, sharp 9, sharp 11. Yes. Okay. This is a, I would call this A major 7 over B. Of course, you're going to complain about the spacing. So we'll go like that. I'll make it look a little, well, let me do this. Oops. Now music spacing, chords. That's a little, I'll just do it this way. That symbol. And it looks like that. Okay, and then this, he plays it as an E sus. E. So we can call that D major 7 over E. And then right here is, there's a little bit of a blurb. Kind of works. There's no D to make it a. He's got an A natural in there. So I'm gonna say that was just that was just an error of doing it live during the recording session. So that's a spot that we'll talk about, enhancing, finding a different voicing. So first of all, let's mark this. We'll say this is F sharp minor 9 over E, because that's what it is. Okay. Space it out for me, and then this A chord is just A major. Whoops. A major 9. Although there are F sharps in there, so it's technically major 9, 13. This D chord doesn't have any extensions in it. So let's get started on how to play this. So I've written it in such a way that this matches how he played it in each hand. So the right hand, these are the notes he plays in the right hand. These are the notes he plays in the left hand. So that's why it kind of looks a little bit confusing. So to get started, number 1, we start on A. We can play that with, let's see, ring finger on the A, middle finger or first finger on the F sharp. And then for this shape, we got thumb, first, fourth. Okay, left hand. This is for this part right here. We've got, you can play that any easy way. I'm doing first finger on F sharp, third finger on, ring finger on the D. And that sets me up so I've got my pinky on this C sharp. Another way you could play this is if you did left hand, if your left hand played that instead. And your right hand played this. That's a little bit easier. Okay, now for this part, this is thumb. This is for this chunk, right? Meow. This is thumb first, second, ring finger on the B flat. And then for this, that's just pinky, middle, first, thumb. I guess based on Kevin's hands, that he likes to play this. He likes to play for this B chord. He likes to play the grab that diminished chord and all under one hand. I personally prefer to do it this way, and then in this hand have that play that. So if we go back to this F sharp lick right here, we got thumb first. This is for this part, right? So thumb first, middle. This was middle, first, second. Or sorry, middle, first, middle. For these notes here. Middle, first, middle. Pinky on the B. And then, so since our pinky is on this B right here, that sets us up for over here. We can play our first finger on this grace note F sharp. And so I really should have written this way. And then this is just that. But, you know, that's inconsequential. That should be, no, that is right, actually. That should be this. That should be that. This should be just that. Oops. And that slurs over. So what's happening in this bar? We're holding down our pinky on the B, and then this we grab our thumb on the E, first finger on the F sharp, and grace note with our middle finger. So first finger, and middle finger goes to the G sharp, and this sets us up for the E. We're still holding down. So our E played with the thumb can move to we can play the F with our first finger. And then our left hand, we just I already said what the left hand is for this voicing. So for this part right here, our thumb moves from the C sharp to the D natural. Our pinky just moves down from E to D sharp. Okay, now for this part, he plays it kind of funny. He does middle finger. This is for this chunk right here. He does middle finger on the F sharp. So middle finger, ring finger. Excuse me. Middle finger, ring finger, pinky for the top voices. He's got his first finger playing the D right there. His thumb plays the C sharp. Oops, so it's kind of like this is his middle finger, this is his first finger, and then his thumb is set up to play this C sharp. Now, I can't really do that. That's kind of awkward for my hands. So what I did is, we talk about a variance right here. So for this particular chord, I'll just put this right here, and this is what I did. That's one variance you could do. Let's get rid of this. So let's see. This is. And my left hand's going like that. That's one variance. The other is. The other one is if you just have, instead of you doing that, you do this. You do. This this hand plays the same thing, but this hand doesn't, comes in like that. So like that. Okay, and then so the variants that I had for it was for the next chord. Sorry, before I get to the variants, this is obviously, you know, middle and thumb right here, middle on the F sharp, thumb on the A. For the E, G sharp, B, we got thumb, middle, pinky, and then for this chunk right here, we got middle, index, thumb, and here we're just grabbing this shape, which is thumb, middle, pinky, and then this guy we can just play it pinky, middle, first, or let's see. I would do coming from just looking at the left hand, middle, first, thumb, then pinky, middle, thumb. Actually, you could play that. You could play if we did this, put the G sharp right there, get rid of it there. Then we've got pinky, middle, first, thumb. And then that's just thumb and pinky in the right hand. So just grab that shape. That's probably how I might play that. Okay, so a couple variances. So for the first D chord right here, instead of playing this voicing, we could play this voicing. And this can be. So instead of, we got, to me, I like that. It's a little bit denser. Okay, so let me show you that little breakdown for that. That's an option that I liked. Let me go down and do a new blank thing. This is for the so going from here, this is going from this D to E section. So we got let's see. No, that's not sustained. Got A sharp. That'll be that. So this will go, let's see, that's a rest. Like that. Whoops. And then, so let me put in those chord symbols real quick. So the chords that we have, this is still the D major 7 over E, and then for this, let me redraw this. For this part right here, this is an E 13 sharp 11, yes, and then this is just an A major, I don't know. It's got all the extensions in it except for the A major 13. Okay. So that's an option you could do for this part right here. So oops. That was for this chord. So that's a pretty cool option, in my opinion. Just a little variance. You know, to me it just sounds like his hands got a little bit stuck because In this particular video, he'd been doing a bunch of them, a bunch of 2-5-1s and whatnot. So, you know, everything changes when you get a chance to slow down to stop the metronome, stop the backing track, and just, you know, focus on what am I trying to play. So here are some options you can consider while you're trying to figure out what to play over these types of chord changes. For those of you that are not too great at reading chord symbols, the numbers for these would be, let's see, this would be 4 right here. This is your 4 chord. Here's our 3. Oops, one more. Here's our 6 dominant. Here's our 2 dominant. Here's our 5 dominant. Here's our 1 major. Oh, this would be 4 major. Okay. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this chop of the day. If you have, leave a comment. Tell me what you tell me what songs you've been checking out that there's some stuff in there you think is really cool, but you're having a hard time figuring out, and it might become a chop of the day. Anyway, thanks for checking it out.